McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary, located in West Palm Beach, Florida, is a facility that is dedicated to the conservation and education of wild animals. And the man who created this sanctuary continues this dream today.
My name is Mark McCarthy. I'm the director of McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary. Primarily, I built it as an educational facility and a rehabilitation center. So the education part comes in with children and schools, and I would go to probably 7 to 10 shows a week.
Since its original opening in the early 90s, the sanctuary has been host to a wide variety of animals.
We basically get 2 types of animals here. We get the native animals that come in injured. These animals have to be rehabilitated. I would say the majority of the animals that come in injured are permanent injuries. Some of them, they cannot go back to the wild. And if the animals can't go back to the wild, you can't have a bunch of birds hanging out with just one wing or one leg or something. So a lot of those are euthanized. However, some of the birds that have slight permanent injuries where they can still survive here at the sanctuary, we can keep those for educational purposes. The other animals we receive are exotics. These are animals that some people buy illegally. That would be things like the tigers and the leopards and exotics that people don't have a license for.
One of the things that makes this facility different from other zoos is the amount of interactivity and the close personal encounters that one will never experience in regular zoos.
I just wanted to play. That's what she does when we go inside.
You know, when you think about it, these cats, these big cats, are no different than domestic house cats. They're just bigger. They literally play the same. You know how you pet your house cat, sometimes you'll be petting a friend of yours house cats, all of a sudden it'll bite you and run off for no reason at all. Well, these cats can do the same thing, except when these guys bite you, it can be quite painful, if not very medical challenging. Anyway, she's one of the sweeter black leopards we have. This guy here, I call him Godzilla of all things. This is a white-throated monitor. I got this animal from a guy who had this animal since a baby. And he raised it up. It's now 10 years old, and it is dog tame. This cat's pretty friendly as to be. Come on here, Doc. Come on. Come on. Show him how big you are. Ooh, he's a big one. And this is 8 months old. So this guy's gonna grow considerably larger. So you figure if that's only 8 months old, he's as tall as I am. Come on here, Duck, come on. How are you? Oh, is he? Boy, he's a good boy. Aren't you? So 8 months old.
Mark's affinity for animals has been quite prominent, even from an early age.
You want to know how I started all this? One year, I remember when I was probably about 8 or so, we came down to Miami and we went to all the attractions. Parrot Jungle, Monkey Jungle, the Sequarium, and we went to the Miami Serpentarium. And the gentleman that ran the Serpentarium, his name was Bill Haas. And at the time, I just thought this guy was awesome. He would catch the cobras and extract the venom, and I was already pretty much collecting reptiles at the time. So over the years, I got more and more involved in reptiles. And then when I was 16 years old, he gave me a job, and that was $1.60 an hour I made. And since then, I've been in South Florida ever since then, and that was back in 1972.
Prior to the creation of this current sanctuary, Mark previously hosted another sanctuary in Miami.
Okay, back in Miami, I started the sanctuary in Coconut Grove in 1985. And I was working for an animal importer at the time. But after hours, a lot of times, I would get animals from Fish and Wildlife officers, everything from clouded leopards to tigers and things of that nature. In Miami, when I started getting these animals, a lot of film people that would be doing photo shoots and things of that nature on South Beach. We did a lot of other film work, everything for Nike, Discovery Channel, South America, quite a few different options, Cashmere's of London, just basically individual outfits that would use our animals to promote their products. I moved to West Palm Beach in about 1990, and I basically sold the place in Miami. We pretty much outgrew our area back there in Miami and moved up here in 1990 at the site we're at now. With the profit I made off of that land I had down there, we came up here and bought the acre and a half, the original acre and a half here in the acreage area of West Palm Beach.
Besides educating people about wildlife in its guided tours, the sanctuary also hosts an outreach program for schools.
We do educational programs. We do tours of the facility where it's a guided tour, and it's all educational. The other thing that we do is we have our outreach program, which means we come to the schools. It makes it a lot easier on the schools. I usually bring 9 animals with me, and that would be a Florida panther, a barred owl, a ring-tailed lemur, a kinkajou, an albino python, a gator, a tarantula, and a Gila monster. Yeah, he's so ugly, I think he's kind of cute myself. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, as they say. All right, let's see. Oh, no, sorry. Can't let anybody hold this guy. This is what you kids would call a potential lawsuit. We cover a lot of different subjects: natural habitats, endangered species, what animals make good pets, what animals don't make good pets. And for instance, if you can't train a dog, because dogs are pretty much the easiest animals to train. If you can't do the basic training of a dog, I don't think you should really have anything more exotic than a dog. But then again, I think people should have permits to have kids. Personally. You know, wildlife's a beautiful thing, and I don't think life would be worth living if we didn't have wildlife around. And that would be everything from animals to plants to oceans to lakes. And you really have to take care of it. People that fall in love with animals and want to keep certain types of exotics really should think twice about it. I mean, you know, a little tiger cub's a cute little thing at 8 weeks old. But within a year, that thing's going to be 250 pounds. A couple years after that, it's 700 pounds. If you're going to be in that business, you run the risk of getting hurt by the animal. But at the same time, if you're a cop, you run the risk of pulling over the wrong person. If you're a fireman, you might get trapped in a burning building. As far as with animals are concerned, I think we should respect nature as much as possible.
This sanctuary is a place where injured or abandoned animals have a chance to survive thanks to this sanctuary's dedicated staff. It provides visitors with the opportunity to view interesting and exotic animals which they may never see in their lifetimes. Truly, this place is an amazing experience for all. For more information on McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary, or you wish to plan a visit, please refer to the following contact information.